Hey you guys, welcome to the practice today. Please join me standing up at the front of your mat. So we're going to begin in a mountain pose position. We're going to end up doing a lot of different parts of yoga today, a lot of different poses. So I want you to just try to relax right here in a tall standing position. Feel your feet down on the floor. Slightly lift your head up and bring your hands onto your waist. So you're lifting chest and chin up slightly. Mountain pose. Good. And with arms extended up, take an inhale. Flip your palms up, reach up. Now try to interlace your fingers together. Press your palms up towards the sky and slowly come on up to your tippy toes. Breathe in, breathe out. Squeeze your legs together, come down slow. Just relax, let it go. Stretch your arms up. Continue pressing. And exhale, hands to heart. And lower your hands down to your sides. Pick a point to focus on and come up on your tippy toes. Try to sweep your fingertips and arms back. Focus. And lower down your hips. Squeeze your legs together. Lift your arms over your head, drop your heels. And exhale, lower your hands down to the sides, mountain pose. Take an inhale and sweep your arms up in the air. And take an exhale and forward fold. So we're going to be in the forward bend, this one for a little while. About 40 seconds here. So let's try to loosen up your neck. Loosen up the area around your shoulders. If you can try to get your hands down on the floor with your knees bent, great. And if not, that's okay. Try bending the knees and reaching down and forward folding. And on an inhale, come up and lengthen your back. And then on an exhale, forward fold. I'm going to do that again. Lengthen your back. Inhale. And exhale, forward fold. And pick up your left leg and step it back to a lunge. And try to focus your attention a couple of feet ahead of you or up. And press your left heel back. Press down into your right leg to anchor in your lunge. Roll back your shoulders. And step back up to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, forward fold. Relax your neck. Now lift up your right leg. We're going to lunge it back again. Runner's lunge. Nice big wide step. And press down into your right toes. Press down into your whole left leg. Try to balance. Inhale, looking a couple of feet forward. And exhale. And stepping back up to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, forward fold. And this is going to be another long forward fold that we stay in for a little while. And try bringing your forehead down to the knees, just relaxing the weight of your neck. Keep breathing. Maybe even hold the back of your neck or your head with your hands in that deep forward bend. Drop your arms down, come up, lengthen your spine, and stand all the way up, lifting your arms up over your head. Inhale, and exhale, arms down to the side, mountain pose. And we're going to take a step back with your right foot and quarter turn to the side of your mat. You can place the hands on the hips, stand tall with your legs out wide, and turn your right toes out to the side. Find your left hip shifting forward a little bit. Make sure your back foot is pressed down, and open your arms out into Warrior Two pose. So bend your right knee. Find your center. Lay your hips down low to the mat and breathe. Now bring your arms up, bring your toes in, inhale. And keeping it really simple, exhale, we're just going to turn the left toes and do the next Warrior Two. So keep your arms extended. Take a breath. Find the center in your lunge. And exhale, go down, lower your hips, Warrior Two pose. And keep breathing, keep those arms stretched, lengthen. Keep trying to bring your hips down. And let's go for it. Toes in, arms lifted. Inhale. And exhale, forward fold your arms and hands down. So we're going to start a couple side to side lunges. Let's bend into your right knee and try to straighten out your left leg. And switch sides, bending into your opposite knee and just trying to straighten out that other leg. Come back to the center, look forward, lengthen your back, exhale, fold forward again. Let's do that again. Bend your one knee, bend to the other side. Then your breath in, lengthen out your back, look forward again. We're going to take a twist here, so keep your left arm down, reach your right arm up, twist. Exhale, lower, and switch your hands. Inhale, left arm up. Lift up your hand and twist. And exhale, both hands down on the floor. And bring your toes in a little closer together, hands on hips, and come up. Standing position. We'll do the right toes turning out again, this time doing a Warrior One. So bend into the right leg again. Lower your hips. Lift up your head and stretch your arms and hands up to Warrior One. Now you can press your hands together and palms together tight for this type of Warrior One. Make sure to engage your back foot and back leg is strong. And turn back to the middle. Inhale. And exhale, turn your left toes. We'll do the same thing, your Warrior One. And square the hips as best that you can. Lift your arms overhead. Inhale. Bring your hands on the hips. Turn back through center, toes in, arms up in the air, stretch. And exhale, forward fold all the way down. Touch the mat. I'm going to turn to your right side, come into a runner's lunge, lift up your back heel, and then twist and reach your right arm up to the sky. You can lower down your back knee, really stretch, open up your right arm wide, and lower down your right hand. Let's pick up your back knee, turn back to the center of your mat. and fold. And then turn to the other side of your mat. Keep your right arm down. You can drop your right knee and twist. Lift open your left side. Good. And lower down your left hand. And let's look straight forward. Pick up your back knee and step up to the front of your mat and fold. And come up and lengthen your back. And slowly fold forward. Try to grab your feet. If you can, grab your toes. Lift your head up a little bit. Bend your knees. And we're going to take your head slowly down to your legs, creating this really deep bend. And we're going to stay in the forward bend a little bit longer. If you want to try to step on your hands so your palms go underneath your feet, if you can make it there. And stretch out your wrist. I'm going to lift the head up a little bit here and fold forward, creating this deep stretch in your lower back. And try to relax. Don't force the forward fold, just let your body go gradually. You can swing the head around, loosen it up. And release your hands from your feet. And come up and lengthen your back on the fingertips. And slowly coming up to standing position. Inhale. We're going to begin balancing on your right leg for a tree pose. And concentrate. Try to continue standing on your right leg, picking the left leg up, and taking your tree pose. Good, let it go. Slowly take down your leg, shake it out. We'll take your tree to the opposite side. Try keeping that standing leg strong. Bring the hands together and taking your tree pose. And slowly take your arms and hands down. Let it go. Shake it out. We're going to stand up in mountain pose now. Bring your hands on your hips. Lift your chest, lift your head. Inhale. And stretch your arms out to the sides. Flip your palms up in the air. Try to interlace your fingers together now. And press your palms up. So you're getting a really nice stretch there in your shoulders. And we're going to do some side to side stretches now. Just bending a couple times over to your left and right. And then relax your hands on the back of your head. Try just letting your elbows drop back. Taking a nice heart opener. And take your hands down. Interlace your fingers around your lower back if you can. And big stretch here. We're going to pull your hands down. Start to bend forward, and slowly your arms and hands are going to lift up. Now you can keep hands next to your lower back here, Or as you can see, you can stretch your arms up, getting a little more stretch there in your shoulders. Just be gentle on those wrists. Try to loosen them up. Bring your hands back. And lower your arms down. And step your feet back. Come down on your hands and knees to tabletop. In tabletop pose today, we're going to do some cats and cows. By lifting your head and then rounding your back. And you can turn your fingers in. So we stretch the wrist out a little bit here. Be gentle on those wrists. And I want you to just try to slowly move your body around side to side a few times. It's kind of working in some of the side back. Working in any stretches anywhere that you feel. Keep moving the body around side to side. And stretching out the wrist. And bring your fingers forward again. And step your toes back and stretch your arms up for child's pose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, relax. Now lift up your head, take it up to your table, and we're going to lower into Sphinx position now. So it's a little back bend on your forearms. Slide down, prop yourself up onto the forearms of your body. We're going to relax the hands, relax the jaw. Press down into your back toes. We're going to press down into your lower back. And try for a few breaths here to lift your upper body up, lift your head. Gaze a couple of feet in front of you. We're going to hold this pose for a few breaths. And exhale, lower down your head. You can press into your hands, or I'm going to do the fist here. Just add a different option. Try to keep your elbows in. Tuck them into the sides of your body and come up a little bit. Lift your upper body off the mat. And come up a little bit higher here if you want, taking your head all the way up and back. Cobra pose. And exhale, come back down on the mat. Press into your hands now. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out, and press yourself up into a tabletop pose again. And stretch your hands up to the top of your mat for puppy's pose. You're going to lift your hips up in the air, but push down into your armpits, push down into your shoulders. And come up, slide your hands back under the shoulders for table. And press down again to your puppy's pose. Good. And sweep your right arm up for a twist. Then we're going to thread your right arm underneath your left side for thread the needle posture. And your left arm can go around your lower back if you like that position right there. And come out of it slowly, sweep your right arm back up, inhale, and exhale, tabletop pose. And we'll do the left side, so stretch your left arm, left hand up, then on exhalation, thread your left arm underneath the right side. Your other hand can go around your lower back again. Few deep breaths here. And come back up slowly, sweep your left arm up, twist, and lower your left hand back down to tabletop pose. Take your downward facing dog. And shift forward to plank pose. Lower down your knees. Look straight forward. And set up a plank pose position. Not very long here. Look forward. Take a deep breath. One more. Inhale. Deep breath. Let it go. And exhale, lower down the knees. I'm going to stretch the arms out again. And slowly lower down your hips, your lower back into Sphinx position. So that's our little back bend. Try lifting the head. And take hands under the shoulders again for Cobra pose. So you can come all the way up. Come all the way back to your downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. On your inhale, lift up your right foot to a three-legged dog. And lower your right foot down. And lift up your left leg. Breathe in. And breathe out. Lower your left foot down. And walk your feet forward. Bring your hands and feet in. And come into a flat back. And bend your knees a little bit here. We're going to come down to a little squat or chair position. Bring your elbows right against your thighs. Lower your hips down as much as you can. You can bring them all the way between the heels if that feels okay and comfortable. To a deep squat pose. And this is a really great stretch for your hips, but also the lower back. Just go down as low as you can into the pose. And we're going to lift your hips up carefully. Come up and sweep your right arm up for a twist. And then lower it down, sweep your left arm up for the twist. And exhale, lower it down, and then come up on the fingertips. I'm going to go back again one more time to a deep squat pose. And And try to lower down onto your hands, lift your hips. We'll go back into downward facing dog. And then bend your knees, try to get up to the front of your mat again. Deep squat pose again. So this gives you a few chances. We're going to do that a couple more times from deep squat, bringing the feet back to a downward facing dog, and then bringing the legs back forward to squat. Again, just a couple of repetitions we're going to do. Go slowly at your own pace. And deep squat pose, back to downward facing dog. You can step or hop back. And deep squat, bring the legs back forward. And downward dog. You can step or hop back. And just repetitions, bringing the legs back forward. Go slow at your own pace, back to deep squat. We're going to lower down your hands here for just a moment. Try to step your feet back and lower down onto your hands and onto your knees. And we're going to do a couple stretches for your wrist here. So I'm going to flip my palms up. You can do this one at a time. And then we're going to try to face the fingers in towards you and just do a couple of light stretches along the wrist here. I'm going to do some different ones, maybe with your fingers facing towards you one at a time. And get into any stretches along your wrists, which are really important here. Stretches in the wrists, your forearms, which are really nice to take. And I'm going to flip up one of my hands, palms up, and do one at a time. And do whatever wrist stretch feels good for you to take, just to loosen up your joints. And then bring your fingers to face in. We're going to do a couple of push-ups here with the fingers going in. I want you to just try to bring the elbows out, fingers in, go down, and slowly push back up. Good. And come all the way back up. And do a wrist stretch and forearm stretch here. I'm going to take those fingertips in towards me. Again, you could do this one at a time or together. And go ahead, stretch back into your forearms. And just for a moment here, sit back, stretch out a little bit more of the wrist, so we're going to circle them out. So every time that you bring the arms out, circle them out, and whenever you bring the wrist in, circle them inwards. So outwards rotation as you go out, and then inwards rotation as you come in. And do an outwards rotation as you go out, circling the wrist, and then inwards rotation as you bring it back in. It's really good to give energy to go up and down the arms and wrists. And shake it out, let it go. Bring your hands back down onto the floor. We're going to lower back down. Rest your head. Press down into the floor. and do a couple lower back stretches here. So now I want you to reach your arms over your head and come up. And we're going to lift everything off the floor. Your arms, your head, and your legs. This is a great position to do. Keep trying to lift everything off the mat. Keep lifting up as much as you can. Good, and let it go. And take your arms and hands back and turn your head to one direction. Let it go. Relax. You're going to lift your head back up through center and do that again, lifting your arms over your head. Breathe in, take off like an airplane, lifting your upper body up and lifting your legs. You should feel your entire body tight, and then bring it on back and relax down. We're going to take your head over to the other side. Relax. Relax your neck. And just let it go. Turn your head back through center. Press your hands under your shoulders. I'm going to push all the way back up. Try to come up into plank pose, high push up, and back into your downward facing dog. Exhale, lower down onto your knees. We're going to come up to stand on the knees for a little back bend here, camel pose. So I want you to take your hands to your lower back, bring your elbows in towards each other, and just keep your hands onto your lower back as you slowly begin pushing your hips forward. Try to open the heart center, gradually take your head back, go slowly, but keep your hands to your lower back. And inhale, come up slowly, very slow. And sit back for a moment and rest on your heels. Just sit. Good. So this is a really good pose to do for the spine, the back. We're going to do a second set. I'm going to take this one a little bit further. I'm going to try dropping my hands to my heels for this version of camel pose. So I'm continually pushing the hips forward, slowly dropping the head back, opening the chest, camel pose. If you grabbed your heels one at a time, just go carefully. Take your hands back on your lower back. Slowly come up. And take a child's pose after that deep back bend. Great job. Just let it go here. And we're going to walk your hands over to the right side. Stretch your arms. And come back on your mat. And stretch your arms out to the other side. And then stretch your arms up to the top of your mat again and relax into this child's pose. Inhale. And come on up. Lower down to your forearms, and we're going to try a fun pose here. I want you to try to take your head down to the floor. You're going to tuck your toes, lift your knees, and this is a prep to go into the yoga posture called headstand. It can be a fun pose to work on. It can be a little bit challenging. So just notice here, I'm going to take the knees, lift them up, stack the hips over the body, and gradually start lifting the legs. So this takes a tremendous amount of practice and focus. Right, if you can get up there, cool. If not, it's okay. Just practice maybe keeping the head down on the floor from headstand, and then we're going to let it go right back to child's pose. So moving on. It's just a fun little quick pose to work on with you guys. But we're going to move on back to tabletop pose. Cross your legs, come into a seated posture, and lay down on the back. Let's lay down on the back and begin hugging your knees. And then try getting into massaging the lower back. Start with the lower back, and we're going to rock and back and forth a few times, back and forth, really getting into that lower back space. And we're going to come all the way up into a seated position with your feet together. And do a seated forward fold. Let's bow forward a little bit over your feet. We'll come up, turn around, and we're going to do right leg forward, left leg back for the pigeon pose stretch. And take a few breaths here. You can stretch your arms up in that pigeon pose. Try to be gentle here if you need to. Listen more to your body. And slowly bring your upper body back up in that pigeon pose. And then we're going to release your left leg out around and bring the feet back together. Same position we did last time, the seated forward fold. And then we'll do left leg out, right leg back, and do the next leg in pigeon pose. So you can try to get your foot parallel with the mat, but if you need to bring your left foot in a little closer, that's fine too. Breathe in and breathe out. And take yourself back up. Soles of the feet together one more time. And fold forward. We're going to do right leg stretching forward, left foot inside of your right leg for a one-legged forward fold stretch. We're just going to exhale down here and try to stretch down your right leg. And come on out. Stretching out your left leg, you're going to take your right foot in. Same thing here, we're just going to exhale, stretch down your left leg. And come on up. Shake out your legs for a moment here. Just kind of move the hips from side to side Then sit up, stretch your arms overhead. Both legs stretched out. We're just going to reach forward, reach out, and try to stretch forward. Inhale, come up, lift your head. Bend your right knee. You're going to cross it over your left foot if you can. If not, that's okay. And we're just going to twist out over the right shoulder, the right side. Take that arm back and twist. So keeping that right knee in and twisting over the right shoulder. And come on back. Try to get your right hip, your right foot over your hips. And we're going to stretch down your left side again. And then release your right leg out, shake it out. We're going to do the left leg now. So pull that left leg into your body. And you're going to twist over your left side now. And you can try to bring that left ankle over your right hip if you can. So that creates a little stretch there. That's optional. And stretch down your right leg. Just try to do as much of this as you can. And slowly take it back up. Release your left leg out, and we're going to shake it out again. Bend your knees, lift your hips up into reverse tabletop. Try to be really gentle on your wrist here. And lower your hips towards the heels, lower down onto your forearms, and we're going to go right down onto the back again. On your breath in, press down into your feet, lift your hips up into bridge pose. How to lift your hips up high, press your hands into the lower back and exhale. Let it go. We're going to lift up the right foot. You can try grabbing onto your right toes or the right outside of the right foot for half happy baby pose. And we're going to cross right ankle over the left knee for the hip opener, pigeon pose. And hug your knees in. I'm going to do the left side now, so lift up your left leg, half happy baby. And then lift up your right leg, cross your left ankle over your right knee for the hip opener. And uncross your legs, hug your knees in towards your body. Lift your head up a little bit here. Massage more of your middle back. And try to rock back and forth a couple more times. And come all the way back up to sit. We're going to bring the feet in together, lengthen your back, and fold forward. Nice. Now we're going to work into a seated position here for a little bit. So find your center. Bring your pointer finger and thumb finger in together And for a few minutes here, just gonna take a seated position. Try to close your eyes. Focus on your inhalations and your exhalations. Continue trying to find your center. And sit up tall and try to find your stillness. And continue relaxing your body. Try to relax your mind. Inhale, finding your center. And exhale, finding your center. Take a deep breath. And take your focus and attention back into the room. And bring your hands together and try to rub them, rub the palms, create a little heat, a little nice warm feeling, and just place it over your head, maybe over the eyes, around your neck and around your shoulders, and just notice how nice that is. So I like kind of hitting the pressure point along the head, so make a knuckle, the finger, and just kind of bring them into the sides of your head. Nice pressure point that you add in there. Rub it, massage it a little bit, massage your neck. And stretch the arms out, bring the hands. Try to interlace them like I do here and flip. So that's a nice stretch for the elbows. I'm going to do the other side now. So you go opposite hand on top, flip the wrists. And you don't have to go forward as much as I do, but you can try to stretch out the elbows or just go as much as you can. And open your arms, lift them up in the air. Bring the hands and twist out to the left side. Lift your arms, inhale, and then we're going to twist out to the right side. And inhale, lift the arms, bring the hands out and down to your sides. Really great job today. I'm going to get into our relaxation now, so go back down onto the back. Stretch your legs out, stretch your arms out. Try to close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Relax your feet, relax your legs. And take as much time as you need here. Relax your full body. And take a deep breath when you're ready. Take as much time as you need here. When you're ready, you can stretch your arms over your head, gently reawakening your body and taking your time. Thank you guys so much for joining today. Namaste.